Hello, Hamilton. It's that time again. Get up, get off the couch, start tackling your own to-do lists at your own home. I am Just Ask Bob. Welcome to the Just Ask Bob show. On today's show, first, we're going to start with some thank yous. Very important thank yous because this is season 2 of the Just Ask Bob Home Improvement show. Very special thanks to Harmony, Eveleigh, Greg Ross, Gail Granlund, and of course, Linda Rourke. Thank you for renewing our show. This is the Home Improvement Show where Hamilton, you send us your questions, send them by email, send them by voicemail, and we're going to do the best to show you right on this show how to repair, remodel, and rebuild your own home. This show is the show that's going to give you knowledge. That's the most important thing, is the knowledge. We're also going to make it fun for you to get motivated, like I always say, to get up and off the couch and start tackling your own to-do lists. On today's show, we're going to tackle hanging things on drywall. So now, regardless of what it is, from the lightest picture right to hanging a microwave in your home or hanging it in your kitchen, there's a lot of different ways to tackle the project. And with season 2, let's give you a little bit of heads up on the next few episodes will be. We've had a tremendous amount of emails, a lot of questions on shingles, how to properly shingle a roof, what the proper products are to use. We've also had a lot of questions come in regarding eaves troughs, downspouts, elbows, proper installation. We're in the process of putting together a real nice show for you on that. We're also going to be showing you this season. We're going to be talking about underneath your roof edge. We're going to be talking about soffit ventilation, or in this case, the lack of ventilation, and how to add proper ventilation. Big shout out to the Home Depot on Paramount Road for continuing their sponsorship. Obviously sponsoring us with the materials, the props, and the items that we use to construct and to bring these shows to you. Now let's start with a question here. Dear Bob, I have a microwave that I'm installing on my wall in an area where the wall only has one stud located within the vicinity of where the microwave's to be mounted. What type of anchor should I use for the second fastening point? Thanks, Bob. Kim, Hamilton, Ontario. Well, thank you, Kim, for the question. Now, this is very important. I've installed a lot of microwaves, and it seems to be now very popular that it's a microwave combination exhaust fan unit, which obviously mounts on the wall, not like the microwaves that would sit on the countertop. So let's talk about how to fasten that, and not only that, but we're going to go through a whole array of fasteners. We've got everything set up here on the table. Let's start with what I use most often on most of my jobs. It's the self-drilling easy anchor. Drywall anchor hangs up to 30 pounds. So this can support up to 30 pounds, and it's very, very easy to use. This is a beautiful product. Let me show you something else here. We've got plastic plugs, heavy-duty anchors. Now again, these ones, however, they do require a drill bit, and it expands inside the wall. It'll tell you on the package what size drill bit to use. We've got good old-fashioned toggle bolts. Again, they tell you use a 3/8 drill bit. So this is really important. This expands and locks into the wall. All of these items are to give you strength. Now, another one that we're also going to show you, because very important on this show, we're not just going to teach you how to do it right, but we're going to show you what mistakes to avoid. This is what people have used for ages. This is just a cheap, normal plastic wall plug. These are garbage. Typically, when you buy, whether it's Venetian blinds, curtains, mailboxes, a lot of products seem to include this in the package. When I buy the product, I just throw these in the garbage. But we are going to show them to you so you understand why they don't work well. Now, this goes to the heart of the email. Hilti 3/16 by 2.5 Toggler brand toggle bolt. This is for strength, and again, it's for a hollow wall. Now, you have to understand, Hamilton, when you're installing a microwave oven, not only is the unit heavy, but you're going to be putting food in it and plates in it or glasses in it. So there is a lot of weight. You don't want it to come crashing on the stove. Ideally, you should fasten the bracketing system to 2 studs. If you can't fasten the 2 studs, you have to use a very strong Toggler brand toggle bolt anchor system. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now, what do you do if you haven't even got 1 stud? Forget the microwave. You've got other problems. You time to tear the wall down, start framing. So we're going to show you also, as the last item, we're going to show you how to fasten something that requires a ton of support. This will go hand in hand with this. You may have seen on past shows, the stud finder. So we're going to show you how to find the stud, how to fasten this with long 3-inch screws, and then you can take a lot of weight on it. So this has to go directly on a stud. Now, some items that you're going to want to make sure that you have in your home A drill helps, but nothing beats physical power, but the drill is nice to have. You're going to want to have a variety of drill bits. In this case, regular drill bits will do. You don't need the high steel bits unless you're drilling through metal. So you want to have all your anchors. And on this side now, we're also going to show you light duty. So we've got a lot of items here. We've got regular hooks and brackets. We've got wire that you'd use to string end to end to hang a big picture. And I also want to take a moment to show you, once we get working on this, everything from being able to hang the smallest picture right to being able to hang a couple 100 pounds on a shelf. We're going to stop for break. We're going to come back. We're going to start penetrating this drywall. See you soon.
Hi everyone, I hope you're enjoying your summer. I'm Linda Rourke from Hamilton Life here on Cable 14. Make sure you tune in all summer long to catch encore presentations of Hamilton Life, keeping you plugged into all the great things happening in our city and surrounding area. And then starting in September, an all-new Hamilton Life will come to you starting at noon on weekdays. Hamilton Life, life's good.
No way. Hi. Hi.
Shine, come on and let it shine. Light me up, make me feel alive.
Hi.
You've got
She actually said hi to you.
shine on me today.
Hello Hamilton, welcome back to the Just Ask Bob show. On today's show, we've talked about a whole variety of fasteners for penetrating drywall. Whether you want to hang, as the person sent in the email, whether you want to hang a microwave over your range, or whether you want to hang a picture, or whether you want to put a couple 100 pounds on a shelf. So we're going to jump to that in a moment. At this point, I want to go over again a top pick from Just Ask Bob. Now you've seen on season 1, we talked about PL, polyurethane construction adhesive, by LePage. Now, back in that time, it was regular PL, which was 3X. The 3X means 3 times the grip and penetration of regular polyurethane construction adhesive. Now, over the summertime, they've come out with 8X. I've had a chance to use this, and I am telling you, Hamilton, take it from me, trust me. This is absolutely phenomenal. A few weeks ago, we were finishing off a shower stall. So we've got 12 by 12 tile. We laid on the walls, installed on the walls. It had a chance to dry. This tile, it wasn't a rough type of tile that you can get a grab onto. It had a real smooth silkiness to it. So we had ceramic shampoo holders and ceramic soap holders. So what an incredible time to test the 8X. Now, if you are doing this at home, you have to understand when the tile's that slippery, you have to scuff the surface. Take a grinding wheel to it or take a drill bit to it. You've got to penetrate and get through that glaze. First time for me using the 8X. Now, it says let it dry 24 hours. I let it dry 3 days. I grabbed onto the corner unit, hung my weight off it, lifted my feet off the ground. It didn't come off. This stuff is absolutely incredible. Now, for smaller projects, we've got a different one here, and this is my top pick for this show. It's called Gorilla Glue. You can find this at the Home Depot. This glue is absolutely amazing. Now, unlike this one, which is a caulking base, which you need a gun to use, this can be used for, let's call it precision, smaller applications. And I'll show you one that I did it myself this past summer. Now, I believe it was a Saturday evening. We're getting ready with the waterproof camera, getting ready for a trip to the beach on a Sunday. So I had this unit, this neck strap. So what I had to do was attach these 2 metal ends together in order to get this part, which is the quick release on and off clip for my Canon wet camera, waterproof camera. So what I did, I was working here in the shop. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning. I put the tiniest dab of glue on here, the Gorilla Glue, set the 2 pieces together. They didn't even have 6-7 hours to dry. It was around my neck. My camera was on it, and it was in and out of the water for the entire day. And it's never come apart at all. That's what I call tough. So again, depends on your application. Obviously, they're expensive. If you're building a deck or using it in large quantities, use it by the tube. If you want anything from your camera attachment here for the neck strap to gluing metal or fixing just about anything, replacing a tile, use the small one. These are my top picks available at the depot. Now, we'll get on to the drywall here. Now, as the email said, and actually let's start with that one first, the one that came in with the email. Now, a lot of people want to wing it. So, you know, people don't have patience. I find the biggest problem in home improvements or renovations is, what are the homeowners going to do? They're going to tear the lid off, they're going to throw it away, they're going to pull out the unit, and they're going to try to eyeball it. They're going to try to just figure it out. No, that's not going to work. And mind you, these are very expensive, so try to do it properly. Let's start by reading the instructions. It's not difficult at all. Look at that. They even break it down for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now, for a lot of contractors watching, the show's not for you. This is for the average homeowner. We're going to be patient. We're going to teach you how to do it right. So the very first thing is you have to locate your drill bit size. And in this particular case, the drill bit size is 1/2 inch. So we're going to get ourselves a drill. Now, obviously, I mean, this is just drywall, so it doesn't matter. So for the person that sent the email, in your particular case, you're going to have a metal track. The metal track has to catch at least one stud. Obviously, you can see on the prop here, the stud is here. If you don't have another stud within the width of the microwave, that's when you have to use this type of an anchor. So let's see, we're just going to start here. We're going to make a hole. Then again, we're going to reflect back to the instructions. Now, the instructions are going to tell you, put the metal, place the metal channel firmly against the cavity. Well, the first thing you do is you turn it parallel. So you're going to turn it parallel like this. And you're going to push it in. You're going to let it open up. You're going to push the back. Now you can get it to fit into the hole. Then you're going to push the zip end. Now, for those of you at home as well, so you can see, again, you're going to follow the instructions very carefully. Now, what you want to do is split off the ends. Now we've got it locked. Now you're going to take the screw. In this case, you're going to be using Robertson number 2. No, wrong. You're going to be using a Phillips. Get it started by hand. So remember, at this point, you have your microwave bracket. You fasten this through it. So now you start turning. And if you're following at home, we've got both views here. You can see from the back. Now, this is very strong. This is what's required. If you can't, again, preferably, you're going to fasten into 2 studs. If you can't, you're going to use this. Now, let's take a moment to go from the best to the weakest. These are the plastic wall plugs. This is what comes with packaging, with products, whether it's a mailbox that you buy or whether it's Venetian blinds. This is what you usually see, and they usually come in yellow or blue. So this requires a 3/16 drill bit. Let's get the bit out of here. 3/16. Okay. Now, I've always told you this, Hamilton. When you cut the overcharging contractor out of the equation, you're going to save yourself some money. Buy good quality products. To give you an idea here, $3, $4. To buy something much better, you're looking at $5 or $6. To bring in a contractor, you're looking at $200 to $300. Bank that money, spend an extra $2, buy quality parts, and you're not going to have everything coming loose and giving you trouble. Okay, we've got the hole made. Now with these ones here, Again, they're very simple. You just tap them in. And then you simply fasten the screw. I mean, they may seem okay, but in my experience, they come loose. It's a wedge fit. It's essentially a compression fit. It spreads a little bit in the drywall. I mean, it's not bad, but realistically, whether you're applying it to brick, block, or stone, or stucco on the exterior, I can't stand when I see people pressuring those into brick or into block or stone. Doesn't work at all. You want to use something much stronger. Now, speaking of stronger, I highly recommend when strength is required, use a toggle bolt. It has expanding wings, so this is going to fasten into the wall. The wing is going to spread and it's going to lock itself against the drywall. Now, I love the fact that today we can give you an X-ray, literally X-ray your wall. As I'm screwing it, as I'm fastening it, you can see the penetration, the catch at the back. So this is an amazing product. Again, toggle bolts. Now always follow the instructions. It's going to tell you to use a 3/8 drill bit. That's what's important. If the hole's done wrong, forget it. You can't use it. So let's pick it up here. Let's get it ready. Oh, and in this case, I'm actually going to show you an application. Now, in this particular situation, we're going to mount this angle bracket here. Okay, so the first thing is, again, we're going to get a 3/8 bit. Which I believe is this guy here. Going through all kinds of bits here today. But now, Hamilton, when you're putting things into your wall, you're going to know what the opposite end looks like. Okay, where are we going to go here? Let's go right in the middle. My prop's holding up today. If you picture this now, this is going to clasp against the wall. So you want to put it in properly. You want to bend it a little bit. Well, first thing you do, put it through whatever you want to fasten to the wall. You're only going to get one chance. Okay. You want to get the screw started. Machine head screw. Okay. You're just past about 1/4 inch. So you've got everything together, everything prefab, pre-assembled. Now, we're going to bend it down. We're going to put it through the hole. We hope that it's expanded. Can't see the other side, but you can at home. Okay, we're going to start twisting and twisting. Now, one big problem I find is power tools. I really would not recommend putting the screws in with a drill. You don't get any feeling. You over-tighten it. Remember, it's a 1/2 inch gypsum core. Last season, I punched my fist through this with minimal effort. So I highly recommend you use a hand screwdriver because you can get a feeling. You can feel on torquing it down. I mean, there's a time to use a powerful drill and there's a time not to. Now, they're a little bit awkward, so if you can see at home now, right now I can feel it. I've got pressure against the drywall. Right now I don't. So you need to pull it towards you. You want to make sure you've got pressure. That way, as you're twisting and turning, you're closing in on it. Otherwise, you'll be turning the screwdriver forever. So right now it's pinching my fingers. So I'm going to pull back and use the bracket. If you don't have that resistance, the screw's not going to turn. We're there. We're about 1/8 away. Okay, now once you're at this point, you've still got some control. So obviously this could be a heavy picture. This could be, depending, a plant holder, a pot. This could be something, a bracket, a shelf support. So you want to turn it the right way. At this point, you can still adjust it. So get it to where you want it, and then tighten it. That's how you install the toggle bolts. Very good way, very strong. So again, you've seen the difference. This would never hold up. This is just giving you a little bit of friction, not strong enough. Now, if we go to another one here, let's spin it around here now. Let's get some hammer action. We've got the wall grabber. This is very interesting. You don't need a screwdriver, at least initially, and you don't need a drill. This unit here, you simply hammer it in. So this one here. Now if you pay real good attention to it, it's a point. It's completely together. Nothing's spread open yet. That's going to happen inside the wall. So let's get it up against the wall. Let's go up high this time. There we go. Now if I'm not mistaken, it's still a point on the other side. I hope it is. Now let's start getting the screw in. Now I believe at any point now, I can't see behind the wall, but you people watching at home can, this should start spreading itself open. So again, it's another variation of friction. Now again, it depends on your application, depends on how handy you are. Some people are intimidated by using the drill. They don't want to use the drill bit. Now actually I'm going to show you one more quick one if we can sort of spin around here. With this one, no drill, no drill bit. So for those of you at home that want to keep it really easy, this is when we started the show here. This is the one I was talking about, the Easy Anchor. I've been using this for years. We'll pop this in. Very, very easy. And again, up to 30 pounds. You can use this for a lot of different things. I love this one. You put your Phillips screwdriver in it. Oops, let's grab another one. You get your Phillips screwdriver in it. You keep holding it. You bring it up to the wall. You push. My prop's taking off on me here. You get it going, and then 3 bangs with the hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 turns, and you've got it. And they come with matching screws. Very important. You only use the screw that comes with it, because this is designed to fit in there. Very easy to use. So we've showed you how to do it with the drill bits and without. Let's take a quick break, and we're going to talk about putting up a shelf that can hold a couple of 100 pounds. We'll be right back.
I am Alan Drummond, an emergency physician in Perth, Ontario. I see the tragic consequences of improperly handled firearms too often. It is important to store firearms safely to prevent loss or theft, injuries, and death. If there are firearms in your home, be sure they are unloaded and locked before storing. Store them in a firearms cabinet. Store the ammunition separately and lock it up. You can help stop firearms tragedies before they reach my emergency department. Be responsible, prevent a tragedy. Thank you.
We are kids. Wish kids.
10,000 kids.
We are brave.
We are strong.
We are fighters.
Some days are good, some days are bad.
Some of us make it.
Some of us don't.
My wish will make me strong.
Children's Wish Foundation of Canada.
Does a wish make a difference?
You bet.
You bet.
Helping kids be kids again.
Only 2 more needles till my wish.
Please give today.
Welcome back to the Just Ask Bob show. On today's show, we've been talking about fastening, different fasteners, fastening into drywall. We've talked about everything from the cheap plastic ones that typically will come with prepackaged products. We've talked about, as we had an email sent in with regards to a strong way to fasten a microwave bracket. So it's really important. You have choices. If you don't want to use a drill, there's anchors you can use that don't require a drill. If you do want to use a drill for stronger strength, you can use a drill. Now we're going to show you in a few minutes how to hang something that's very heavy. But I want to take a moment to throw a thank you out to Hamilton for sending us your email, sending us your support, telling us your stories on our Facebook page. As you remember, last season we had a contest on our Facebook page. Look for us on Facebook, type in Just Ask Bob. We had a winner selected over the summertime. We went over to her house. We did some work for her. We taught her a few items of repair in the home. Now, she was a little camera shy, so we didn't bring the cameras. But again, for this entire season, send us your stories, send us pictures, send us details, post it on Facebook, and Bob may show up to your home for a half a day to help you kickstart your to-do list. Now, in this particular case, let's take a moment to talk about a stud sensor. This tool is very important to have. Obviously, as you can see with my prop here, there's no paint, there's no plaster, there's nothing on there. We know where the studs are. But at your own home, if you have to hang something heavy, it's very important that you get it to penetrate into a stud. That way you're going to have some good strength. Now, these work very easy. You run them across the wall. Can you hear that? They beep when they find a stud. Nothing in this case, no stud, but I am married. So back to the job at hand. Once you find the stud, you're going to mark it with a pencil. Let's grab our pencil here. Take a moment. Now obviously here we can see, but I still want to show you. You want to get it going. Now you keep going, you come back. X marks the spot, you've got your stud. Now they sell them anywhere from, you can get these from $30 right to $100. Some of them can detect copper water pipes, some of them can detect electrical wiring, so it's very important, depending what your application is at home, buy a good quality unit. Now, we found our stud, so to speak, and we're going to fasten it. Now, I strongly recommend you use a 3-inch screw. We've got a 3-inch screw here because most all framing is 2x4, which is actually 3.5 inches. So let's get this organized. We know where the stud is. Let's get the bracket up. Hold it firm. Now that's not going anywhere. We'll throw one more in. Now I talked about when to use a drill, when not to use a drill. For all these light duty items, you want to be using a hand screwdriver because you want to feel it. You want to be able to feel the torque, as opposed to using a heavy drill. I want to thank everybody for allowing me into your homes. Season 2 of the Just Ask Bob Show. Tune in every week, tune in every month. We're going to teach you how to repair your home, and most importantly, we're going to motivate you, Hamilton, to get up, get off the couch, and start tackling your own to-do lists around the home. Until next time, thank you.